Hello everyone and welcome to Holistic Healing with Deepshikha. I think if we are to think, the most common way to ensure anything electronic is functioning properly in India is to switch it off and switch it on again. And voila, 99% of the times the electronic starts functioning normally. I know, it's like magic. I can't recall the number of times I have done the same. Be it the laptop or the phone, camera, AC, fridge, anything. Simply plug out, plug in. Yet, when it comes to ourselves, we often see restarting as a failure. But first, I want to acknowledge how difficult it is to restart, to begin something again. Just the idea of it takes a lot of strength and courage. A lot of times, we find ourselves stuck in situations, relations. But even with that knowledge, we continue to be in them, not able to even think about having to begin again. In fact, the idea of it itself is enough to cause panic or anxiety. And rightly so, to begin again, to pick up all the pieces, leave behind parts of you and move in a different direction is something that is difficult. And there is no other way to say it. But at the same time, it is a known truth that if you want to move forward and invite new experiences and joy into your life, healing and letting go of the old is essential. This is because every time you hold on to old traumas or negative experiences, you're holding on to old energy. So though it is difficult and takes a lot of courage, no progress or self-growth can take place till the time we as individuals don't take the time to understand what needs to change and then do it. At the same time, in today's world where everyone is only talking about successes and achievements, it is also very important to know that restarting is not a failure. In fact, failure itself is not opposite of success. It is the path to success. Because you never restart from square one. Whenever you restart, you carry with you the knowledge, strength and power of all the experiences you've had before. I think during the pandemic, a lot of us had to reevaluate our entire lives. Though it was not an option for many of us, but it also gave us the permission to be more authentic. Suddenly, the attention shifted to mental health. Not just this, but a lot of unconventional career paths suddenly became acceptable. But again, it was the people who stopped long enough to be able to reevaluate their life at that point of time. Of course, by that I don't mean that people who had a difficult time during the pandemic did not take the actions that were required of them. All I'm saying is that at times it's good to stop and restart. Why is it today that I've chosen to speak on this topic? Well, this year in Jan I had an injury, post which I had to stop running. Recently I have started running again. And God, is it difficult. I think right now while running, my form is the most awkward. I'm not able to breathe and even 2 kilometers seem like a milestone. And that is what got me thinking about restarting in general and in life. Actually that and the aches and pains in my body. Of course, this isn't the first time I've had to restart something in life. Somehow, life has given me a lot of opportunities where I have had to, in more ways than not, completely change all aspects of my life. And though those times have been difficult, and I might have resisted a little and at times a lot, but when I think of it now, I can't think of a single time when things did not change for the better. So if you are someone who's looking to make a few changes in your life or certain aspects of your life, here are a few tips to make the process easier. First and foremost is to be kind to yourself. And this is something that you cannot compromise upon. You will have to again and again remind yourself to be kind to yourself because change is difficult. And when you start something new, it is very normal to make mistakes and feel lost. Second is to go slow. Remember, all good things take time to unfold. The results of any change you make or envisage will give results after a period of time. Third is, don't forget to ask for help. Any kind, from anyone, be it from a friend, family or professional help. Next is always take breaks from the new that you're building. After all, we all are aware that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Lastly, as you make changes and evaluate and re-evaluate the situation, the steps to be taken, already taken, and all that, spend time with yourself. Become aware of what it is that you need, what makes you happy. Don't make the mistake of running away from things and thinking of it as restarting. And in the end, all I would like to say is that restart, reboot, refocus, reset as many times as you want. That's the best part of this life. There are no limits to the number of times you can begin again. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Author unknown. And with this, I come to the end of this episode. Thank you for listening and have a great week ahead.